Hello. Yada yada. This is Steve, Dichroic Glass Man. Hey, I'm going to give you some ideas on building your workbench. That's what this is going to be. This is a new workbench in my shop. It's a big deal. Let me tell you why. Like you wanted to know. But I think you will. Last year, April 13th, I had a life-changing circumstance happen. I had open heart surgery. And I made it, obviously. Here I am. A lot of things have happened since that time. What is that, 7-8 months ago, and some change. Life's different. Life's real different. I haven't really created anything since the operation, just a couple odds and ends. Working on a lot of things. But the big thing is, before the operation, which I never saw coming, by the way, might talk about it. In fact, I will talk about it, not today. It'll be another, because it changed a lot. And I want to also do it because I want to impact others that also may have had a circumstance happen, whatever that is. We'll talk about it later. I made a door, and that deserves its own video, but that door was a portal opportunity. It had some symbology in it that's really important. I'll bring that up in the video tomorrow, January 10th. I'll make sure that that's the video, at least for tomorrow. That door announced a change within me. Well, since we don't have the value of the door to have this conversation, let's slip into the next. Before that operation, I was starting to tear my shop apart to rebuild it. I have a little shop, very humble shop. I can do amazing things in this shop, so I will be showing you pictures of it as I go, as I get it built. And a lot of these things I think the public can benefit from. In fact, I already know you can. And I want to share that. By the way, I have a mission statement on my website, soon to change. And the website approaches this idea: not only do I have your back, I have your success in my mind. If a man is judged by the company he keeps, threw character in there wrongly. If a man is judged by the company he keeps, I want confident, successful people around me. What's success? Can't get into that right now. Right now I'm only looking at and advocating the idea of what can I do to impact you in a positive way in stained glass, throw some of my philosophy in there, throw some of my words, encouragement that got me here. If you consider me as any kind of an example, an overcomer, or a positive motivational speaker, then this is what we're going to do. So the idea was, I wanted to change my bench, the direction it was going in. My shop was overgrown in the way that I had the original configuration. I could hardly have another person in here without it feeling incredibly crowded. This is a milestone for me that in January 9, 2017, I'm finally turned my bench, because I tore the other one down, turned my bench and going another direction. What a metaphor. I'm turning my bench and going another direction. It was huge. I turned the compass, the direction of the compass, the way I was steering my ship. Not to say that it was wrong, but you know, we've got to constantly be reminded of the changing of the mind. Always renewing the mind, I should say, even more accurately. Don't get caught in old ways. Don't accept what has been working for others for years and years without really looking at it and saying, really? What was I thinking? I see something. I'm going to change. Don't be afraid of change. If it works within your range of motion, physically, financially, or spiritually. If it works, stay within your comfort range. So anyway, here's the bench. Let's talk about the bench. All the other stuff's kind of la-la. But you know, that's the direction I'm going. I'm going real la-la. I'm going to talk out loud. I had a form of West Nile virus 5 years ago that when it burned away, I was able to start articulating out loud. I call it living life out loud. The virus was intense for 3 days. Crazy energy, crazy dreams, like sweat lodge for 3 days. Oh my God. Well, anyway, I now articulate very well, and I'm going to start doing it to share myself with the world, and also what got me here and how I think. Hopefully a couple of you find that valuable, especially showing my pictures now. For the first time in my YouTube career, I'm going to be showing my picture. I'll dress accordingly. And I like to keep the comments positive for y'all, both coming and going. That is, I hope that y'all find benefit in these videos. So I'm going to stand up. What are you going to do about a bench? I built this out of particle board and 2x4s, and as soon as I stand up and do that, I'll come over to the camera and grab it in my hand, so we kind of walk around it. Here's the idea when you're building a bench, that the formula for doing it is you want to have your bench at elbow, right angle, height. I built it about an inch and a half shorter than that because I'll be teaching people on this bench. I'm taller, I could have it an inch and a half taller. So with a measuring tape, I myself, being 6'1", the height of this bench is 40 inches. Because I'm going to throw a 3/4 inch particle board top on it, particle board or plywood, either one, because once you tear it up, all the fungus among us and all the other stuff, you can always change. I call it the skin. You can always change the skin. The frame, the backbone, the rib cage is going to stay. So it's kind of a good idea. I did 16-inch centers. The bench is 7 foot long, and it's 37.5 inches wide, but my top is going to extend over that to 40 inch. You'll see why later as I get building the bench. But again, it's really important to remember this angle. That goes for your grinding station, which is going to be back here, which I actually put an inch lower. I'll be building a grinding station amongst this mess, and that you're going to want to tune into. That's going to be really helpful. Anyway, I hope this helped for you on the bench, that the way you want to do it is, again, at a right angle. Have somebody measure it, or go over to the wall, measure where your angle is, scratch a mark, come back, and look at how high that was off the ground, and decide if that's you. Here's the reason why. If there's any chiropractors or bone people or what have you, you don't want to be low, reaching over. You're going to get a sore back. You want to keep it up because it's within your range of motion. Look, I'm not bending over very much. I'm just reaching. So it's very comfortable on my lower back. I've had a lot of injuries. In fact, I've had a very significant back injury when I was in a head-on car accident in 2006. So I'm very aware of lower back pain. Never had a back injury. That was a bad one. I was in a head-on car accident. We'll talk about that because it's going to be one of the most valuable things that ever happened to me. Valuable. Isn't that weird? I know. On the Trinumeral Festival Day. What does that mean? You remember 12-12-12? 11-11-11, which was November 11, 2011? Well, on June 6th, 2006. Crazy. We'll be talking about it. Crazy, crazy. So anyway, hopefully this is of insight to you as you're building your bench. We'll break it down here in the next video. Bye-bye.